Hey guys, what's going on? It's Carter, and in this video I'm going to talk about whether or not you need to be doing cardio to see weight loss results. So if we're looking at weight loss just strictly by the numbers and by a scientific standpoint, it all comes down to calories in versus calories out. And so technically, if you're able to consume few enough calories, you don't need to be exercising, being active, or doing anything. You can just be sitting on the couch and take in few enough calories and you're going to lose weight. The problem comes in the actual application of that. Firstly, if you're not going to be exercising at all and you're being totally sedentary, the amount of calories that you're going to have to consume is just going to be incredibly unrealistic for a lot of people, especially. Now, if you're somebody who's extremely overweight or obese and you have over 100 pounds of fat to lose, then you could probably get away with not being active in the beginning, just because the amount of calories you need to eat each day to maintain that high body weight, it's easy enough to pull away calories from that. Now, if you're somebody who is smaller, or you are just trying to lose 10 to 20 pounds, then you're probably going to find that maybe not as much in the beginning, but definitely as you start to diet more and get leaner and lose more weight, the amount of calories you're going to be consuming at any point to consistently see results is going to be so small, it's just not going to be sustainable or frankly enjoyable. So really, from a calories in, calories out perspective, the main benefit of being active and exercising is the fact that it's going to increase your total daily energy expenditure. You're going to be expending more calories, which means you can eat more food and still lose weight. The second benefit of exercise is that it's going to improve the quality of weight that you're losing. And here's what I mean. While you could technically, like we talked about, lose weight just through diet alone and not have to exercise or anything, what you're going to find is that not only are you going to lose fat, but you're going to likely end up losing muscle too. And the reason is because when you're consuming fewer calories, your body's in a position where it's trying to survive, essentially. And it's trying to figure out, okay, what do we not need? What's not being used? Because we're not getting enough food to maintain our weight, so we need to figure out what needs to go so that we don't die. And it gets to the point for a lot of people where if they're not exercising, they're not using their muscles, then the body will essentially, it's a lot more complicated than this, but essentially what happens is your body says, all right, we're not using this muscle anymore, so we might as well use this for fuel. Because the thing about muscle is that it's actually quite metabolically active in that it requires a lot of calories to maintain muscle. And that's why you see people talk about building muscle and having a higher metabolism and the benefits of that. And the reason is that muscle, when you're comparing it to fat, pound to pound, is going to burn more calories. It's not like huge and significant or anything like that, but it is going to make a difference. And so when that happens, when your body is starting to use muscle for fuel, not only is it going to make it harder to lose fat in certain areas, the stubborn body fat areas that people talk about, it's going to slow down your metabolism, possibly enough to where it's too difficult, or it's at least very difficult to consume few enough calories, like we talked about earlier, to lose weight, because your body's just not burning as much as it used to. And that's often why you see so many people who are trying to lose weight just through diet or through diet and extreme cardio, like they reach that point where they have 10 to 15, maybe 20 pounds of fat that they just cannot lose. And it doesn't matter how strict they are with their diet, no matter what they do, they just can't get rid of it. So when you start exercising, and specifically when you are lifting weights and strength training, not only are you going to maintain muscle, because you're using that muscle, and your body's not going to just get rid of it because it's getting that stimulus to maintain muscle, you also are going to likely end up building muscle, especially if you are newer to this, like newer to going to the gym and lifting weights. And what's going to be awesome is that you may not lose as much weight on the scale, but the ratio of fat loss to muscle loss is going to be way more in your favor than if you were to crash diet down and end up losing fat and muscle. So even though you might not lose as much body weight, you're going to end up losing more fat, which ultimately is going to help you not only look better, but you're going to feel better, perform better, have more energy. There are all kinds of benefits to having more muscle, but just know that in the end, it's going to be a much better experience. So I hope this video was helpful. Just to recap, technically you don't need to do exercise at all to lose weight, and maybe even knowing that, it can help you if you're somebody who thinks that you have to be doing cardio every single day or doing hours and hours and burning all these calories. It helps you realize that, if you can keep your diet in check, then you don't have to be killing yourself every day doing that. However, it's also important to note that exercise can help improve your results by, one, allowing you to eat more calories, and two, it's going to improve the quality of your weight loss because you're going to end up not only maintaining muscle, but hopefully building muscle, and the weight that you are losing is going to be coming mostly, if not entirely, from body fat. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.